What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video and happy May 1st. So if you guys don't know, this month is going to be a critical month. It's going to be big for many people, and I want to explain why. First off, I want to address why additional stimulus checks are still being discussed. I also want to talk about the IRS payments that are coming out and the unemployment issues that we are currently facing. But again, this month is going to be critical. Here's the reason why. Right now, okay, we are expected to have more answers regarding the infrastructure bill. When we have more answers regarding the infrastructure bill and the infrastructure package, then we'll be able to decide and figure out, according to lawmakers, when and how we can best provide relief to the American people and build up this economy. Some are saying that the pandemic obviously was a huge blow, but this is just another opportunity for us to retool and get back to where we once were. What I can tell you right now is that lawmakers were waiting. They were waiting for weeks, but mainly on Wednesday, they were waiting for President Biden to release details of his framework. They're waiting for President Biden to give his speech to a joint Congress. And they were waiting for this because until they received all this information, they really had no idea where to go with additional legislative ideas. What I can tell you is that lawmakers were pushing for many things. As of right now, as of Saturday afternoon, what I can tell you at this point is some lawmakers dropped their ideas. They just stopped because it didn't make sense with what was in the infrastructure package. But this also means that new ideas are going to pop up. We're going to see different proposals emerge, and eventually we're going to have a good understanding and a solid framework of what can actually be proposed to Congress. So, this month, the reason I say this is going to be big is because this is when the majority of the negotiation is going to happen. And I say this because May, right? We're going to see the majority of stuff happen in May. It's going to, or as far as getting the framework set and getting it kind of discussed with Democrats, because as of right now, chances are this bill is going to pass through a budget reconciliation, which means there's absolutely no Republicans that are going to jump on board. Right now, we need 10 Republicans to jump on board in order for this bill to pass through the Senate. As of right now, it's not going to happen. But the reason why this is so important is because Nancy Pelosi wants to pass this bill by July 4th. This means they're going to have pretty much all of June to negotiate it, which means they have to have the framework done by the end of May, which means we're going to see more and more details, and we're going to have a good understanding, good idea of exactly what will be in this next package. But here's another reason why May is going to be a critical month. Millions of people end up filing their tax return for 2020. They end up filing it early, which is great. I highly recommend you do if you're going to get a return. But millions of people filed their federal income tax return early. And in doing so, what actually happened was the IRS, now has to figure out how do they go and give you your unemployment income waiver refunds. Well, here's what we know. According to the IRS commissioner, he said that the payments are going to start going out in May. Today's May 1st. I have not heard of anybody that received a payment today. I don't think it's going to happen today. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow. Chances are it may happen sometime in the middle to end of May, but it's going to happen. What this means is if you, I believe, made less than $150,000, I think, don't quote me on that, but I think if you made $150,000 or less as a couple, then you can actually qualify and get up to $10,200 of your unemployment income just completely tax-free. It's waived. That is actually good news. But for those millions of people that actually filed their income tax early and paid income tax on that, you are going to get pretty much a refund check in addition to whatever refund you get from the IRS as well. So this means you could potentially be seeing a paper check. I don't think you're going to get a prepaid debit card. I have had some questions on that. Will it be a paper check? Will it be a prepaid debit card? Or will it come through direct deposit? Chances are it's going to be paper check or direct deposit. Hopefully you did direct deposit. Like I said before, about a month ago, it's going to speed things up. So I highly recommend you do it. But if you didn't and you asked for a check, chances are it's going to come through a paper check. So just keep that in mind. Now, the IRS is also continuing to send out their supplemental stimulus payments. So if your income dropped from 2020 or 2019, if you had a really good year, right? And let's say you made, $250,000, and then your income dropped in 2019 and you actually made less. Let's say you made, $100,000 as a couple, you would have qualified for a stimulus check, and you're for a bigger stimulus check. So in that case, the IRS is going to be sending you like a supplemental stimulus check as well. So it won't be the full amount. It'll be a smaller amount. It'll either come again through direct deposit, prepaid debit card, or through a paper check. But that's what we're hearing there. It's also going to help those parents that had children that were missing on their tax returns in 2019. For instance, let's say you had a new child in 2020. First off, congratulations, but you wouldn't have received any payments for them. Now you would. So you'd get that now after you file your 2020 taxes, because now the IRS sees, Joe and Jana Smith had a baby on September 10th. Oh, congratulations. Well, here's your additional stimulus check. So that is good news there. And also the big one, and this is something that I've been telling you guys for a while, is if you are normally a non-filer, maybe you watch this video, you normally don't file taxes. First off, you can still get your $1,200 stimulus check. You can still get a $600 stimulus check. And you can obviously still get your $1,400 stimulus check, but you have to file your taxes. The $1,400 stimulus check will not come until 2022 when you file your 2021 taxes. There's really nothing you can do about that. But the good news is, as of right now, and I had a lot of people ask me this, and so I did bring it up, I'll bring it up again, is let's say you were a dependent under somebody else, let's say a child, right? And you didn't file for anything because you didn't have to. Here's what we know as of right now. If you were a dependent, adult dependent, and you didn't get the $1,200 stimulus check and the $600, which you wouldn't have because you were a dependent under somebody else, but you would get the $1,400. If you're a dependent, what you can do is actually go and file 2020 taxes as a filer, okay, not as a dependent, and you would get the $1,800. So you can go and file. It's absolutely free. You can go and file. You can go check that little box, okay, and go and get your $1,800. Okay, so that is one of the other things that we're seeing at this point is right now, some of the non-filers who are filing are getting those supplemental stimulus payments as well. So that's a good thing there as well. We are seeing a big issue with unemployment though. Here's what we are hearing at this time, and this is critical. And the reason why I bring this up is I was actually driving down the street the other day, and I see a sign. I believe it was hanging over a Subway. I think it was a Subway or Quiznos or one of those restaurants, and it said Monday through Friday. I think it was like 12 to 2 p.m. Okay, just 2 hours, Monday through Friday. Hiring on the spot. Big old sign over Subway or Quiznos. Okay, Monday through Friday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday, and hiring on the spot. And here's the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I looked into this. I didn't go into the restaurant. I'm not looking for a job, obviously, but I didn't go into the business to see exactly how this worked. I should. I probably will, maybe this week. But here's the reason why. When I came back home and I looked on my computer and I'm looking to try to figure out how many people are doing this. Well, we know there's a McDonald's, I think, in the South that's giving people $50 just to come in for an interview. Okay, we know there's a restaurant, I believe, somewhere in New York. Probably New York City, that they are giving people a free meal just to come in for an interview. Okay, there's a business somewhere in California, again, I don't know exactly where, maybe you guys know, but a business in California that is giving people a free trip to come in for an interview, and if you get hired, they will give you a trip. A trip. They're probably not sending you to Europe or somewhere like that or Mexico, but maybe just, hey, go to Catalina for the weekend. I don't know. Okay, I don't know exactly what the details are, but it's a free trip. Okay, a free trip. If you come in for an interview and get hired, then we will give you a free trip. People are giving stuff away, just giving you free money. Okay, a free meal, a free trip. All they want you to do is come in for an interview. That's it. And so this is the issue we're having right now. Businesses are struggling to get people to come in to work, come back to work. And it's simply because of two things. First off, the unemployment boost of $300 per week. That is actually pretty big. Okay, that's $1,200 per month as a boost on top of your state unemployment benefits. So this is one of the issues businesses are having is, okay, you normally made, let's say you made, $300 per week, right? $300 per week. It's an okay wage, $300 per week. All right, I made $300 per week, perfect. But here's the issue. You are now getting paid $300 per week just to stay home. And then you also get your state benefits on top of that. Plus, right, you don't have to worry about catching COVID. So that's the issue right now is businesses are struggling to compete with the government. The government is giving people more money to stay home than they would normally receive if they were working. So this is causing other issues. This is actually causing some lawmakers to just consider letting the unemployment benefits expire on September 6th. This is what we are hearing, is that there were talks of we should really extend the unemployment insurance benefits. We should possibly extend the $300 per week boost to all people that are currently on unemployment, and we should extend this all the way through the end of 2021. Okay, perfect. Well, if we do this, what is to say that we don't see an even bigger issue? Nobody goes back to work for over a year or like a year and a half. If that's the case, what you're going to see is your skills are going to atrophy. The job that you used to know and love and do every single day, you have no desire to do it. You don't even know how to do it anymore. Okay, your skills have just deteriorated. If that's the case, nobody's going to hire you for what you were previously working for. Let's say you made $15 an hour. Perfect. Well, now you've spent a year and a half off. Your skills aren't what they used to be. The market's completely changed. I'm going to pay you $11. Right? That's what we're going to see. So at this time, what I can tell you is there's an unemployment crisis just around the corner. If we don't see an extension of unemployment, we don't see this $300 per week boost get extended until, let's say, the end of the year, it's going to be another financial crisis on top of unemployment crisis on top of this pandemic, which is a health crisis. So it's not good. What I can tell you right now, though, is lawmakers are trying to figure out exactly how we can pass additional legislation, how we can get bipartisan support, and how we can provide for the American people. Again, I don't know if all this stuff is going to happen, but we should know more answers this month. So just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you could, go ahead, hit that like button. It does help out the channel. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep updated on everything that's going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.